you doing?
Yeah,
Welcome back to Leather Helmet Fandom Sports Podcast. If you want to call it a podcast, then go for it. If you don't, then you don't. We're jumping into week 9, I think it is.
Yeah,
week 9 of week 8. We did last week.
That looks good as shit.
I believe we were 3, 4.
This camera's kind of low.
3 for 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last week?
Yeah, 4-1. Well, I was 2-0.
Yeah, you went 2-0. I went 2-1. So we went 4 for 1. One of Josh's bets voided it out because Drake London didn't play, unfortunately.
What a hit. Maybe, who knows?
Very last minute call. So we're going to get back into our top 3 bets of the week, picks, and we'll move on from there. Let's go. Josh, you want to go first? No, I'm going first, actually.
I'm going first. No, I'm going.
First one I'm going with is Tyjae Spears.
Oh, this is nasty.
Over 14.5 receiving yards, minus 114. I'm only going to put 1 unit on it. The Chargers are a 9-point favorite on the road. So Titans are home. Everyone knows Titans are the worst, one of the worst teams in the league. So they're probably going to be, Titans are going to be in that negative game script, having to pass a lot more, yada, yada, yada. Since Spears has been back in full work, and I'm only saying that in full work because the first week he was back, he only had like 30% snap share, where now he's at like 40, 50, and they're even talking about adding more snap work to him. Ever since he's gone there, he's gone over this 14.5. The first one was 19, second one was 18, and the third one was 23. So he hasn't soared past it every single week, but he's gone over it. And if his workload goes up anymore, I could see it easily getting another target, which means could be another reception and even more over. So as long as he gets more of a workload and they're in the negative game script, I think this is going to be an easy
What'd you say? Did you say his reception?
14.5.
No, his like receptions.
Oh, no, I don't know his receptions. Probably.
I feel like if it's
probably 2.5. If I had to guess, because he
so they only think he's going to get 3.
I'm saying it's probably at 2.5 because most of the time he gets like 3 receptions, so they're never going to put it above that 3.5 unless they juice it like crazy. So.
I just wouldn't be super confident with 3.5, but the game script should lean towards.
Yeah, mine's more about the game script with getting more of a workload. That's all.
But you think he's going to get like 4 targets, probably, or not 4 targets, like 4 catches, right?
No, I think he can do it in like 3.
I guess I just don't love it in 3.
It's more or less the fact that
it's like
he's getting more workload and he's a negative game script. So I think they're just going to toss it check it down to him. And I believe it's raining, not a lot, which doesn't really mean much in the receiving game.
No.
But if it was going to hinder anything, it's going to be.
This is at Tennessee, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing it would ever hinder is rain is people's like ability to like break away and cut on a dime. So it might help him or it might hurt him depending if he's the one that's getting screwed by it. So that's my first pick. What's yours?
So this one's a little more of a gut / my boys on my fantasy team. So I'm gonna ride with him.
That's pretty much all mine.
And I like him because he's healthy. Well, supposedly full health now because he actually took the time to rest and heal, and that's going to be Brock Bowers. So Brock Bowers, if you didn't follow him this year, hasn't had the best year, mainly because he's played since week 1 hurt with 3 or 4 games. So he just hasn't had any breakaway. He still has a decent amount of targets even while hurt, like 6+ targets a game on average. But I just see him coming back healthy and just showing off his skills. So he's going to be over receiving yards at 60.5. So his rookie season, he averaged 70 plus yards per game. That's a good question. They play the Jaguars, so not a super competitive game when it comes to defense, but it should be competitive enough that neither team's going to blow away. I mean, Travis Hunter just went on IR, but Jags still have enough weapons to at least put up some kind of points. But I feel like both these defenses are on the lower half of the NFL, so they're not going to be holding anybody from moving down the field. It might be kind of boring, like field goals here and there. But at the end of the day, I just feel like Brock Bowers is going to have a good comeback standout game.
Is this his first week back? I know he's been like.
Oh wait, not over under. I took him 60 plus. So as long as he hits 60, and it's plus 105 odds for a unit.
Did he play at all last week? Or did he just play
He hasn't played
snaps?
in 3 weeks.
This is his first week back.
In 3 or 4 weeks, yeah. So like
Before
he played,
that, he just kept playing hindered over
Yeah.
and over and over and over and over.
and they're like finally decided to sit him,
Yeah,
even though he didn't
so I
really
can see
injure
that.
it.
Then that makes sense.
So
I think it's gonna be. You said it wasn't, but I think they're gonna be a more negative game script than you think.
what, Raiders behind?
Yeah, behind. Yeah, I think that.
I don't follow the Jags enough, but
they got a decent defense.
yeah, but if they can't stay on the field,
Yeah,
their offense
their
is
offense
trash.
is not good. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like I could see them getting Raiders off the field very fast early, and then they kind of just have to throw 24/7 at the end. But we'll see.
I just feel like the Raiders
Could be close.
have been
could not.
struggling all year, and eventually they're going to have some kind of momentum going forward. And the only reason I say that is because Genty's getting a little more, and then once you get Bowers, another weapon, just something to like keep the whatever drive going down the field. I think they're going to rely on Bowers a lot.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So 60 plus.
Moving on to my second one. It is a parlay of anytime touchdowns. I got JT, Jonathan Taylor on the Colts, and CMC, Christian McCaffrey on 49ers to get an anytime touchdown. I believe JT's like minus 310, CMC's like minus 2 something. So I was like, man,
What is it together?
they're easily going to be doing it. So I'm taking them together at minus 109 for
Actually,
one unit.
Good for not just them two together.
Yeah, my only worry is Jonathan Taylor has missed 2 weeks with no touchdown, but then he's had like week after week after week. I believe it's like his 4th week in a row with 3+ touchdowns or something like that. Setting records like crazy. So obviously he can get the touchdowns. But the problem is Daniel Jones can run it in himself. He's been throwing heaters 24/7 all year. So they could easily get all passing touchdowns instead of rushing touchdowns. Or to be honest, they just might not even like use them and switch to, I don't even know who their backup would be. It's not Hines anymore. I don't even know.
I mean, they have a
Is that
backup they
rookie?
don't use. That's a rookie. But
I'm just thinking of like
the
those
passing down work, like the change of pace is, I forget his name, but he's not used really at all.
I'm just thinking of like those Brian or Bijan Robinson touchdowns that get taken
Oh,
away
it's
from
not like that at all. Tyler's year.
Yeah,
It's
that,
not like that.
that shit's annoying to me. But
Yeah, that would never happen to Jonathan Taylor.
okay. So it's more or less as long as Daniel Jones doesn't run in or throws all the touchdowns, then he should be able to get the touchdown. But he is on a crazy streak, so maybe this is the one that he isn't going to get given one. And then CMC, he missed last week. He's used 24/7. They're finally getting receivers back. I believe Pearsall's still out.
He's out this week.
But they've been using him more and more in the run game, even though he's been having a outstanding running back receiving year, like one of the best. Just because they've needed him, but they're still going to rely on him over and over and over. And with him not getting it last week, I think it's a gimme. Not last year, but the year before that, he's never gone 2 weeks in a row missing a touchdown. And he hasn't done it this year either. I think he's missed again 2 games, but then the week after he's always gotten touchdowns. So it's more or less the same thing I did last week where they didn't get a touchdown. Now they're going to finally get a touchdown with a workhorse like him. So, but he could get screwed from Robinson. I don't know if they screw CMC over like that, but Brian Robinson could come in and take a touchdown.
And they don't want to keep giving the same amount of workload they've been giving.
And they got to change it up eventually if they want to make playoffs. And well, they'll probably make playoffs, but I mean, as far as game script wise,
49ers are making playoffs.
They started off hot. I'm pretty sure they should.
I
All right.
don't think they're that good this year.
Well, again, 109, minus 109, 1 unit, JT and CMC to get a touchdown anytime.
All right. Back to my fantasy team, just rolling in, stacking heavy on the fantasy team. Honestly, I just like these players too, though. James Cook, he's been on a fire streak this whole year. He gets to play the Chiefs. Chiefs notably
tough.
They don't have they have a very good rush defense.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the bet is comparing him to every other rusher in the game. So comparing to Kareem Hunt, comparing to Brashad Smith, Isaiah Pacheco's out. So a lot of those guys aren't super hard runners. I mean, they could break away a little bit, but for the most part, they just don't get high rush attempts.
Yeah.
Honestly, Josh Allen and Mahomes might even be more of a threat at this line of first rusher to 20+ yards.
Cool.
So I'm taking James Cook race. He's going to be the first one to hit 20 rushing yards. I think he's going to get the most attempts as long as Josh Allen doesn't break out a long rush on like a third and long.
I actually really like that, like you said, other than the quarterbacks.
Yeah, he literally should have 4 to 5 times the amount of attempts compared to everybody else.
Right, because no one in the Chiefs are going to get 20th FS compared to him.
It would literally have to be like Mahomes.
The first drive.
Screwing me and breaking out a 20-yard run.
No, I'm talking about Chiefs running backs. It would have to be like the first drive, like they have an amazing first drive versus Bills, and then somehow,
and even then they still could
20 yards,
dink and dime, and not barely hit 16, 17 yards rushing. But love James Cook. I think he could easily be the first one to hit it. It's going to be plus odds at plus 104. So I'm gonna throw a unit on that. I think it's a good play. It's a lot better than like taking his rushing line, which isn't crazy high, but I mean, when you're playing someone like the Chiefs, they're going to target your best area, and that right now for them it's the rushing. And
what's his line at right now, Cook?
I think it's at like high 70s rushing. It may even be higher.
It's tough versus Chiefs.
Yeah,
the game should be like back and forth a good amount, but
you just think he's going to get like 16 to 20 attempts.
Yeah,
so he could still hit it with one breakaway.
He's one of those guys that I feel like they could get robbed of a touchdown off either Josh Allen or one of his backups.
74.5.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But it's Chiefs, so I don't know. They could just completely just focus on shutting him down and let Josh Allen screw win or lose the game, because Josh Allen could for sure do that. All right, my next one, my last one, it's a lock. First lock of the year. We're only 2 weeks in. Putting 5 units on it, minus 114. I robbed him right off Josh's roster. His dumbass dropped him, and then I picked him up.
I'm dumb, bro. I had him for 7 weeks. And just ass cheeks.
Stevenson, luckily, is out. I am taking Trevion Henderson out of Ohio State. He got replaced by Judkins, but he was the starter for like 4 or 5 years. Judkins came in his senior year and just not completely took over the role, but took over the starter role, which is why Judkins is who he is. But Henderson is just as good. They were like the best tandem in the league or in college when they had their senior year. So I'm taking 5 units over his rushing, 52.5 rushing yards. Falcons are 11th worst in rushing yards allowed per game. Falcons let up 5 out of 7 games rusher to go over this. So not horrible, but also not like outstanding. Like there is plenty of teams
that's not a high line.
What?
That's not a high line to hold.
Yeah.
Starters.
The Pats are a 4.5 favorite at home too. So if anything's gonna go their way, it's gonna be at home. And Patriots on a heater right now. Although, like I was telling Josh earlier, it's kind of like they are playing just trash teams left and right. But Falcons really aren't anything special either in my eyes, other than Bijan Robinson just literally running through walls for them. So just with Stevenson out and getting the workload that he finally deserves. Last week he went 10 for 75 yards versus, I believe, Cleveland. I can't remember. Versus a tough rush defense. Worse than who are they playing? Worse than Falcons this week. So if he can do 10 for 75, I can easily see him getting 50.
How do you explain all his shit games right before that, though?
It's just not getting enough. Like when you're taking out of your rhythm like that over and over and you're being disrespected over and over. He's had fumbles too, like a good amount too.
No, he only had one.
Last week he just had one too.
Yeah, he literally had one all season.
Real?
Yeah, because Stevenson is like 5. I'm like, why is he not starting?
Maybe I'm just thinking Stevenson then. But either way, he's been disrespected. He's been in and out of the game over and over and over just because for whatever reason their head coach loves him. Stevenson, that I'm talking about. And if you don't get in a rhythm, it's kind of like chalk. Like remember James Cook his rookie year? He just kept getting like pulled over and over and over. And the second they finally started giving him the work, he literally
Yeah.
just took off with it. So
I think he's a decent player. I just don't think he's as
I think he's top 10 rusher in the league, to be honest, if you give him the workload.
no,
Yeah.
not as a rusher.
On the team, they are.
Maybe a rush receiving back, but not just straight rushing. No,
Rush receiving back? No.
like if you combine his yards, scrimmage yards, he's not.
No. I think he's a top
10 rushers.
If he's a starter on Patriot, I'm not saying like talent wise, but I'm saying like
production.
On the team he is. Yeah, on the team he is.
He's not
if
putting
he's
up
the
top
starter
10 running,
and he's getting work,
numbers.
if he's getting workload like a James Cook, like a Bijan, like a CMC, all that.
There's no
on the Patriots. I think he's top 10 rusher.
No,
not receiver and rushing, but rusher. We'll see. I mean, actually, we probably won't see because Stevenson will be back, but I believe in it. Same thing as obviously you believed in James Cook back then, but James Cook proved that quite quickly. I believe his second year. But anyway, taking that minus 114 over 52.5 rushing yards when they're favored that hard. And Stevenson's out, I think they're going to give him the workload. Hopefully he doesn't fumble it, and then they just get pissed at him, and they're like, yeah, see, this is why you don't get started with Stevenson, then bench him, but highly doubt it. And their offensive line's amazing. I believe their rookie guy, their left tackle, I believe, he's been having an amazing rookie year. Some people even say he could be rookie of the year or defensive rookie of the year. No, offensive rookie of the year, even though he's a lineman. So,
yeah,
we'll see. What's your third and final one?
So my third and final one is gonna. I don't want to say make or break, but it's going against your lock to an extent, not directly.
Falcons.
So I'm taking the Falcons Patriot game
under
all players, not a single rusher to hit 80 yards.
That is completely just destroyed.
No, it's not because you can hit 50, 80, 52 to 80.
Yeah, but
very possible.
I don't see
very likely.
I don't see him hitting this off of like a grind workload. He's like we know he's a breakaway player.
Yeah, but I feel
he's
like
got explosionness.
I feel like his biggest breakaway play could be 30 plus yards. I don't think he's going for 60, 70 yard rush. It's just not going to happen often. So even if he rushes
first Falcons, probably.
I really think he could have a 30-yard rush and still be under 80. That's how inefficient I think he could be. All depending.
That's
literally,
workload.
It's all going to come down to workload.
Yeah,
somebody else is going to. Somebody is mixing it with him. He is not getting 100% the share.
All right, we'll see.
The max attempts he's having is 15 rush attempts. Max.
Depends how much they're up. If they're in positive game script, I'm saying 18.
No.
Yeah.
No. And if he does, he's going to be super inefficient. I just feel like guys like this, if they're not, I don't know how to say it. If they don't have very, very good vision or their O-line's good, but it's not amazing. And I feel like if you don't have amazing O-line or amazing vision, you just get hit behind
line of scrimmage.
The line of scrimmage and a couple of times and boom, you're instantly.
Yeah, I get it.
But whatever. The biggest thing for this bet is more so because I think in his first time taking the role, he'll have a good game, but I think it's going to be a mix of receiving, rushing yards, like a little bit of dumps off here and there. So like he could go for 100 scrimmage yards. I just don't think he's going to be a pure rusher that hits a good 80-yard rush.
You said no rushers in the game to go?
Yeah, so
Bijan too.
Everyone's worried about Bijan because he's Bijan. But let me tell you this.
Baller.
Ever since last week, Bijan never runs for long rushes. Like that was his biggest rush in his whole career.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%.
Over like hundreds of attempts.
It wasn't last week, it was 2 weeks ago.
Whatever it was.
Last week he got shut down.
It's the only time. And the Patriots rush defense is like super serious.
Yeah.
If not one of the best this year. They have yet to let any single running back rush for over 50 yards. And that's Devon A-Chain. That is I'm trying to remember. They played a lot of really good rushes this year. But almost every single one under 3 yards per carry. So Patriots, good or bad matchup for Bijan. Bijan notably is really inefficient the moment his O-line sucks. So I just feel like they're going to get shut out in the run game. They're already going to be a negative game script. They're going to have to be throwing it. It's going to be like last week. Maybe not as ugly, but ugly enough that Bijan gets a touchdown and 50 yards rushing, give him another 30, 40 receiving just because he gets so much work.
Yeah.
But not a great game to the point I'm like, he ain't hitting an 80-yarder. Now maybe he breaks one out, but like I said, that's not what he's known for. Like he's not a top speed guy.
He's literally Saquon Barkley in the Giants. That's how I view him. Saquon Barkley in the Giants.
Yeah, it's pretty similar.
Like he just
I would
gets
say
put
Barkley's a
out
tad faster,
wide.
but not even much because Barkley's more about vision.
Yeah.
than
He's
I-
definitely got way better agility than Barkley in my eyes, to be honest, even though I shouldn't say way better
I was
because they're
about to
both
say,
elite.
you better
But
calm down.
he's got better agility than Barkley in my eyes, to be honest. Like
All right,
the stuff I see him do is insane, but the breakaway speed is not as crazy as
I
Barkley's.
think he's in his prime. Barkley's like coming off his prime.
Right. I'm saying when like Barkley was on Giants, like that's
He did stuff just as crazy. It's just the
Yeah, I
Giants
guess
suck
so.
balls.
I
But
guess
either
they're just
way,
extremely similar. to
you're
be
talking
honest.
plus 144 odds. Smacking 2 units on that. 2 unit
So
smacker.
if yours and mine hits, that's like
Yeah.
cash money.
Yeah. Look out.
I wonder if you
Honestly,
could
though,
parlay that. That would be
I
crazy.
don't look at. I don't think you can, but
That would be crazy.
I don't look at these props too often, and I've just been looking at them. These no players on DraftKings to hit a certain. It's like race to X yards, but I would just keep an eye out for any game you think is gonna be a really defensive game or really good defenses with mediocre in the other aspect, whether it's like mediocre receivers. So a good game to look at. Just example, I think it's the Broncos play the Texans this week. Both really good defenses in the receiving game, and both have, I would say, good receivers, but they just spread the ball too much. Mediocre production that a race to 80 receiving yards, like something like that. You'd be surprised you're getting a lot of positive odds on that prop. So just look out for it, parlay it, hit something crazy.
Saying no one to go more. Than
Yeah,
80.
no one to hit
Yeah,
these.
that makes sense.
In
Houston
certain
versus who?
games.
Is it really Broncos? You said?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Because the Broncos are actually underdogs, kind of like the 49ers were. Only by a
Yeah.
point, but
It's
still.
because Pat Surtain's out too, so it's tricky.
Yeah. But I just like the Broncos overall are a better team.
Yeah, and Texans aren't going to be the ones that would be throwing bombs anyway. I mean, they have Nico back, but still.
Yeah, Nico's. Well, it's because the Texans line sucks.
Yeah, horrible. All right, well, that'll do it. Our 6 picks for this week. Again, last week we went 4-1. I believe, right?
Yeah.
4-1.
3-1.
Could have
no,
been
2-1.
could have been
I'm
4-2. Could have been 5-1. Who knows? But
Undefeated. No, actually, I am.
yeah, as long as Courtland Sutton caught that touchdown, probably would have been undefeated. But it didn't. Again, if you like, comment, subscribe.
Earthquake.
We hit all 6 bets. I will be giving away cash money. So make sure you like and comment and subscribe, whatever I can do to view you. Then you'll be added onto it if we hit it. So catch you guys next week. Later.
Tell how she dressed, she was moved to LA.